we are out of control in terms of a city, that things have to drastically change.
Well, this is the breaking news. The mayor, Bruce Harrell of Seattle, just laid out his plan to deal with the uptick in crime in downtown Seattle. Just held this major news conference with the DEA, among other entities. Our King 5 political reporter Chris Daniels there at the news conference, joining us now live. Chris, all right, what was the biggest takeaway? What's the headline?
Well, there have been a lot of arrests, Steve. That was one of the big takeaways from this, and also the discussion that this is the beginning of the plan to curb the crime that we have seen not only in the Chinatown International District, but in downtown Seattle. This is something that Seattle's new mayor, Bruce Harrell, has called Operation New Day. It has meant involving not only the Seattle Police Department, but the King County Prosecutor's Office, the Seattle City Attorney's Office, and the U.S. Attorney for Western Washington, Nick Brown. He was joined as well by the DEA. They announced today in this joint conference they've arrested dozens for organized retail theft, guns, and the distribution of opioids. 16 people arrested on a federal level, 4 people facing charges, and then there were dozens of other cases involving the Seattle police, involving felonies and misdemeanors. This is all related to the crime at 12th and Jackson, and also at 3rd and the Pike Pine corridor. Already in the last few days, we have seen a mobile command unit placed on 3rd Avenue downtown. Extra patrol, non-patrol officers are on 3rd. And that despite the fact there has been a shooting and stabbing, a carjacking almost every day this week downtown. Here's what the mayor, the chief, and the U.S. Attorney for Western Washington had to say about it all.
3rd Avenue, 4th Avenue, and some of these areas in our downtown corridor not only have to feel safe, they have to be vibrant, where people are saying, I want to go down there, not I want to avoid it.
The SPD cannot arrest its way out of rising crime, homelessness, mental health, and economic inequality. But working with local and federal partners, we all have a much better chance at success.
I take the bus every day to work. I get off at 3rd and Pike. We can't abandon our city. We have to invest in it.
And that U.S. Attorney Nick Brown, who levied the most serious charges involving the crime at both of those locations. The DEA saying there is evidence that fentanyl-laced opioids have been making their way up here into Western Washington. That has led to more overdoses, more issues with drug-related activity at both those locations. We'll have more of a breakdown on what we just heard coming up tonight on the later editions of King 5 News. But for now, live at Seattle City Hall, I'm Chris Daniels, King 5 News.
Chris, let me ask you one question, kind of putting you on the spot before we let you go, but there was another stabbing this morning, 6 a.m. there, 4th and Pike. People are wondering about the timeline. When will the mayor take action? You mentioned the arrests. What would you say is a reasonable expectation for a timeline for something else to happen?
Well, again, the mayor said today the announcement of these arrests is just the first step. He agreed that it is not safe downtown, and what we're starting to see in the last 48 hours is part of that plan, meaning the mobile command unit where there are officers staged. We have seen in the last 24 hours officers outside almost every business in downtown. That clearly didn't deter this latest case, but according to Seattle's police chief, with the extra non-patrol officers, with the officers that have already been posted up, they hope that that will change the course here. But obviously, it has been a very, very, very bad week in downtown Seattle.
All right, Chris Daniels reporting live downtown. Thank you, Chris.